Says it's setting up, it's loading.
Says meeting is now streaming live on YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Take it away, Edwin.
All right. Well, what is happening, everybody? So good to be here. We are super excited. We are bringing you right now the Zoom Room, episode 1. We are super excited. I hope that you guys are able to tune in and able to follow along just in terms of what we are doing. We are super excited just to be able to bring you this first episode of the Zoom Room, a game show where we are going to debate a bunch of different things. And today I'm excited because what we're actually going to debate is actually the greatest city on the planet. And yes, that is Buffalo, New York. Because come on, what better place is there to live than in Buffalo, New York? So I have a bunch of different contestants that are on this show that I'm super excited about that they are here with us. And what I want them to do is I want them to personally introduce themselves and then maybe tell us an interesting fact about you or what you want our audience to know. So Curtis, why don't we start with you, my man?
Hey guys, it's Curtis from the Cheektowaga campus, Shine and Movi. Shout out to my Cheektowaga family. Yeah, I'm the only person here who has moved to another country 3 times and moved back to Buffalo each time. So that's how much I love Buffalo.
Yes. Awesome. I see Connor Fancher, you're joining us. What's up, my man? I also see Brooke Everett here as well. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sure we'll get some more tuning in as well. Why don't we go to Eric? Why don't you introduce yourself and just say, what you would like our audience to know?
Eric Arnath on the central team for Shine, Movi, and Vintage. Proud member of the Dream Team volunteer team. And listen, everyone has dreams. Mine is to crush all of yours.
Ooh, to crush all of yours, man. That's pretty crazy. All right, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes round 1 here. All right. Why don't we go to Mr. Jeremy Laux?
Hey, Jeremy, Crosspoint Campus Shine. And fun fact, I am the only person on the student ministry staff that can grow an epic beard. So.
Oh,
okay.
I will give him that. I'll give him that.
Shots fired right now. Shots fired. Are you kidding me? It isn't.
David White would disagree with you.
Yeah. Yes.
Can't disagree with that.
So Ben Squared says Curtis is a Renaissance man and that Eric is afraid of high schoolers. So, which could be the case. I'm not sure.
I'm not afraid of them. I just don't like them.
He's not afraid. Just to clarify, you're not afraid of them. You just don't like them. Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. How about Sam Reynolds?
Hey, Sam here, Niagara Falls campus. And an interesting fact about me is that my middle name is Wynn, so I am ready.
Your middle name is Wynn. Amazing. Well, I actually have Win in my name, so unfortunately I'm not playing, or else I would win. But in either case, hey, why don't we actually get started with our very first topic, our very first segment. So what's going to happen is I am going to give you 4 different segments that we are going to argue about, that we're going to debate. And again, this is all themed around Buffalo, New York, all right? The best city, the greatest city on the planet, all right? So I'm going to give you 4 different segments, and for each segment, I'm going to ask you individual arguments, and you're going to have to give me kind of what you think in terms of your position, what your argument is, and support it as best as you can. If I don't like your argument, I'll mute it, or maybe I'll actually stop your video, all right? So we'll see what happens, and then after each segment, after each round, I will award points, and then heading into next segment, I am going to block whoever actually scored the least amount of points heading into the round. So with that said, without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce our very first segment, and that is, what is the best pizza in Buffalo? The very best pizza in Buffalo. All right, so Curtis, I'm looking at you. Start us off.
99% of the time, if you see me eating pizza from Buffalo, it is a slice of pepperoni. But if you want to talk about the best pizza in Buffalo, that is chicken finger pizza from Good Guys in North Tonawanda. It is not like any other chicken finger pizza. It's not just little pieces of chicken finger on top with artsy drizzles of blue cheese and hot sauce. It is a good doughy base crust. Okay. You got a full layer of hot sauce and blue cheese. Then you have giant chunks of chicken fingers with the mozzarella cheese on top, holding it all in. It's scrumptious.
And what was that place you said?
Good Guys, North Tonawanda.
Good Guys in
Bowie
North
Road.
Carolina. Anybody? Okay, well, I don't know about that. We'll see what happens. Chicken finger, I could give you that one, but all right. Why don't we move on to Eric first?
Listen, everybody knows that Jay's Artisan Pizza is the best pizza in Buffalo. This guy's dedicated his entire life to it. He lived in Naples for a while. Like, he literally moved to Italy to be trained by the top people in the world. And then he moved back. He had a wood fire oven shipped from Naples to his store right in Kenmore, a block and a half from my house, so that he could serve my face with pizza all the time, whenever I want, really. He's even still open right now. You could get takeout. So listen, 900-degree oven, he cooks it in a minute and a half. It takes him 48 hours to make the dough. So when he runs out of dough, he's just like, I'm out, guys, sorry. And nobody's mad at him. They're like, oh, better luck next time. So it's that good that even if you go there and you're expecting pizza, but he runs out of dough, there's love there anyways. And I'll be back tomorrow.
All right. Now, Brooke says that you love Pizza Hut. Is that correct? Do you love Pizza Hut?
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
My personal opinion on Pizza Hut is I'm not sure why it's still in business in Buffalo. And if you like Pizza Hut, you shouldn't be watching this right now. You're not
Oh, man. Ben Squared says Jay Artisan Pizza was closed when I went there with Eric. So Jay can leave this conversation. So that's strong, Ben. Thank you for that insight. I appreciate that. So next up, I'm gonna have to go to Jeremy. Jeremy, what do you think is the best pizza in Buffalo?
Yeah, best pizza in Buffalo is Bocce Pizza Club on Bailey. I'm talking about the Bailey one, not the Hopkins one. Bocce. It is the best pizza in terms of cheese to sauce to crust ratio. It's delicious. I have never had a pizza from Bocce's that has not been perfect. Perfect pizza every time from Bocce Pizza Club. Also, it's been around for a while. It's been around for over 50 years. It is a staple in Buffalo. Also, wouldn't you want to get pizza from a place that used to have giant bocce ball courts outside?
Okay. There we go. You're selling me. You're selling me with the bocce courts, man. That's pretty fantastic. All right, you know what, Sam? Why don't we wrap up with you? What do you think is the best pizza in Buffalo? I think we were having some technical difficulties with you, Sam. But are you there? Do you hear us?
I can hear you. I just can't really see you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So we all know pizza in Buffalo is amazing, but any pizza with the little pepperonis that curl up on the end is by far the best. So you got to go with Wise Guys or Imperial, anywhere with the curly pepperoni.
Curly pepperoni, that's not bad. You know what? That's not bad. Hey, everyone, what I want you to do is I want you to type on our YouTube chat what you think is the best pizza in Buffalo. Go ahead. Why don't you chat? Why don't you put that down there? I look forward to reading what some of your responses are. But you know what? Did anyone disagree with anyone's arguments here? Are there any rebuttals that you might have against somebody here? I see Eric nodding your head. Eric, what do you think?
I like a story. Should I be faulted for that? I like a story. That's why I like Jay's. He's got a story. This guy, he wakes up every morning, he gets his 2 large cups of coffee from Spot, and he heads over with his Crocs to fire up the oven. I just don't think it's a good argument to describe a pizza like, oh, I like pizza because it has cheese on it, or I like pizza because it has pepperoni on it. That's obvious. I'm looking for a story.
I mean, that really wasn't a rebuttal. That was just more defense of your point. And also, I think Buffalo pizza should be from Buffalo, not from Italy. So I want pizza that's made by people that know what Buffalonians like, not what Italians like.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Curtis or Sam, anything from you?
Go for it, Sam.
I don't know. I was just going to agree with Jeremy. It should be Buffalo pizza. Buffalo from the heart. Start to end. Buffalo.
And Curtis, anything that you have to add?
I'm sticking with Good Guys. It is the tastiest slice. I would finish a wrestling show, and the next day my celebration was eating a whole chicken finger pizza by myself because my roommate wouldn't share with me.
All right, sounds good. All right, hey, I have Imperial in terms of what some of your favorite pizzerias are. Anyone that's watching, I have Imperial. I have Chicago deep dish pizza. Okay. Molinero's. Some of those favorite, my personal favorite, by the way, is Picasso's. I think Picasso's is the best. But I have to, I was pretty sold on Eric's story here. I think Eric took this one, just in terms of the personal story here. I think that the personal story, I really like that a lot. So you know what? I'm gonna award you 10 points for this round, my man. Jeremy, I also liked your argument a lot. I like the fact that you included bocce ball into that, the bocce courts, which I think is fantastic. I thought that was really good. I like how you also clarified on Bailey's, because I do think that one is better as well. So you know what, Jeremy, I'm going to give you a solid 7 points. All right, I'm going to give you a solid 7 points this round. Sam, you know what, the terms of Imperial, the pepperoni that you talked about, I'll give that one to you. I'm going to give you a solid 5 points there. Curtis, I don't know. You just described chicken finger pizza. I'm gonna maybe give you, just 2 points, and that's about it. So I wasn't really connected to your argument or to your story. So I am gonna have to block you out. I'm so sorry, buddy.
No.
Curtis has got to take the number 2.
Why don't we head into our next segment here, and let's get into what you think the best chicken wings in Buffalo. All right, the best chicken wings in Buffalo. I would be so curious to hear what you all have to say on here as well. Please be commenting on our YouTube chat. We'd love to hear what your thoughts are. But Mr. Jeremy Laux, why don't we start with you? What do you think the best chicken wings in Buffalo and why?
Listen, everybody is going to answer Duff's or Anchor Bar, but that's not the right answer. I'm going to give you a little hole in the wall on Millersport called Elmo's. Elmo's has by far the best chicken wings. Number of reasons. Number one, they have the best sauce. It mixes flavor and spice perfectly. You could eat it nonstop and not feel like your mouth is on fire. That's number one. Number two, their wings never get soggy. Sometimes if you have too much sauce, the wings get soggy. They start tasting gross. Never get soggy. And number three, they are not that expensive. Sometimes you go to a place and chicken wings are super expensive, like Duff's. Elmo's, it is a good, cheap, delicious chicken wing. The best chicken wings in Buffalo, hands down.
All right, very good. I have been there. They are pretty good. All right, why don't we go to Sam? Sam, what are your favorite chicken wings in Buffalo? What are the best, I should ask, and why?
All right, so the best, you got to hear me out here, but my dad's homemade chicken wings. Because, he was born and raised here in Buffalo, so there's still Buffalo chicken wings. You don't have to leave your house. He adds like the little bit of love in there. They're the best tasting wings in the whole entire world, especially Buffalo. Best ones, hands down.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I've never had your dad's chicken wings, but I trust some of the arguments that you said here. Eric, why don't we go to you next?
I got to go with Duff's. I don't personally eat chicken wings, but that doesn't mean I don't absolutely miss them and love them. I know exactly how they taste. I dream about them sometimes. But I go with Duff's because, listen, when it comes to those kinds of different food groups in Buffalo, there's like the classic OG places. Yeah, Ted's, like everyone says, Ted's is their favorite, but they've stood the test of time. They've been around forever. So Duff's, same category for me. They're the OG people. You got Duff's, you got Anderson's, you got Ted's, you got all those places. And then there's the new wave, which brings me back to Jay's Artisan Pizza and Lloyd Taco and all that stuff. But Duff's is just the OG. And I like myself a nice wing soup. I like how much sauce they put on there.
All right. That's fair. Thank you. All right. I got a few people say Elmo's is the best. So I had a few people agreeing with you, Jeremy, for sure. I also had somebody say Anchor Bar making it in there on this list here, which I don't know about that. I also have somebody agreeing with you in that Ethan says that Duff's is good as well. So, all right, why don't we bring Curtis back here? Curtis, I'm going to bring you back. I do actually want to hear what you think. There he is, everybody, Mr. Curtis Woodward. I love it, man. So why don't we hear from you? What your favorite, or what are the best chicken wings in Buffalo?
The best chicken wing experience I've had is at Barbell, and it is their honey butter barbecue wing. And it's absolutely delicious. It's got a sweetness to it. They never overcook their wings. It is always meaty. It's a delicious wing.
Okay. All right. So anybody want to rebuttal against what anyone said here? So I had a handful of opinions here. I have it ranging from Barbell, from a homemade, from, Sam's dad making chicken wings. I have Duff's, and I also have Elmo's Barbell. So are there any other thoughts or opinions here? Any rebuttals that some of you have?
Yeah, listen, I think it's fine to have your own personal opinion, but when you stack all of Buffalo together and you put it together into an average, I think most people would agree with me. I think that's the reason that they have multiple locations, and that's the reason why they've been so successful.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. Sam, any thoughts that you have? Anybody you don't agree with here?
I tend to think I can't agree with Eric. If he can't eat them, a better wing might be out there. Might have been a little while. No hate against that, but it might have been a little while. You need to try Joe Reynolds wings.
Okay. That's good. That's good. All right. Jeremy, what about you?
I'm just going to stand by the truth that Elmo's is the best wing in Buffalo. People don't know about it, and they need to know that Elmo's is there, and they're ready to give you the best wings in Buffalo.
People don't know about it because nobody cares about Elmo's.
All right. And then Curtis, anything you have to add to this?
Look, speak softly, carry a big stick. That's my motto. My big stick happens to be a chicken wing from Barbell.
That's fair. You know what? I do have to say that out of all these arguments, they were really good. So I am going to give the edge here to Jeremy. Jeremy, I think you presented your argument here. You said that Elmo's was crispy, they're not soggy. And you also said a factor that I think is really important. They're cheap. And that's something that I think, definitely plays into consideration when we're talking about chicken wings here, right? So, I'm going to give the edge to you here. I'm going to give you the solid 10 points for this round. For my 7 points, second place for this round, I'm going to give this to Mr. Curtis Woodward. I do agree with you in the sense you argued for sweetness, never overcooked, they're crispy, all of that. I will give you the solid 5 points here. To Sam, I'm going to give you 2. I'm going to give you the third place slot here. And I'm going to give you 5 points. And Curtis, I actually meant to give you 7 points. So Sam, you're going to get 5 points for this round. I do think that, you did argue from the standpoint, your dad, they're homemade, you don't leave your house, all of that. I understand that argument. I also think that I had to put you in third place simply because I don't know, none of us can actually experience this. I would love to experience this, but none of us have. I don't think much of our audience has either. So I think I have to give you the third place slot. Eric, I love Duff's. I think this is fantastic. I think it's a great argument in terms of Duff's being the best, but I didn't like exactly what you had to say. You just said that you like wing soup to support your argument, and then they're the OGs. So, man, I'm so sorry, bro. Even though I like Duff's, I am going to have to, unfortunately, ban you from this round. I love you, but we'll have to see the next round here. So I'm so sorry, buddy. All right, we're heading into our third segment here, and we're super excited for this round because now this is not necessarily about food per se, but this question related to Buffalo. If you had someone that has never been to Buffalo, what would you plan for the day? All right, if you had someone that has never been to Buffalo, what would you plan for the day? Mr. Jeremy Laux, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, my answer is I would take them around to some of, Eric had kind of already mentioned it, some of the Buffalo food staples. Buffalo is an unknown food scene. We've got some delicious food, and I would take them to the staples. I'd take them to Ted's to get a nice charred hot dog. I would take them to Charlie the Butcher, get some beef on weck. I would take them to Elmo's, get chicken wings, good, real chicken wings. And then I would top it all off by taking them to Anderson's and getting some frozen custard. I would just take them on a tour of some of the best food in Buffalo. And forgot to mention, when we go to Ted's, we have to get Loganberry, because Loganberry is the best beverage that Buffalo has ever made.
Okay. All right. That's solid. That's solid. I love it. So we have Ted's, Charlie the Butcher, Elmo's, get some Loganberry. Did I catch
And
all that?
Anderson's.
And Anderson's. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Those are solid. Those are solid picks. All right. What do I have from Curtis Woodward here? What do you think, man?
Well, Niagara Falls is part of the greater Buffalo area. So if they've never been to Buffalo, I'd have to take them to the falls to get that historic landmark in. So we would do that. Then for food, I would give them the option of either buffalo pizza or an alternative. Because look, if they're not interested in having buffalo pizza, then I'm not interested in having buffalo pizza with them. If they do want it, then we're going to get some bocce or Picasso's. And if they don't, I could go for the chicken finger from Good Guys, but I want to give them a classic pepperoni experience. So I wouldn't give them that quite yet. But then after that, I would take them down by Canal Side. And if they didn't want buffalo pizza, then we would go to 716. And after that, we would go to a Sabres game.
All right. I love it. I love it. Great thoughts here. I did have someone actually say that they would go to the falls, visit Darien, some food staples, and Tim Hortons as well here. So very interesting thoughts. I like it from Mr. Derek Woodford. So I would love to even hear from some of you guys. What are some of your favorite Buffalo spots here? But why don't we actually go with Sam? Sam, what do you think in terms of if you had to bring someone that never been to Buffalo, what would you plan for the day? Oh, Sam left us, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
So, Eric.
She's back. Sam, you back?
You back, Sam?
Yes, I'm back. I don't know why I'm struggling so bad.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. You're still hanging in there. You're still hanging in this game. So you're okay. You're staying strong. What would you plan for the day if someone has never been to Buffalo?
Me? It's my turn?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, so I got to go with Jeremy. Definitely got to get some Loganberry and sponge candy. But, there's more than just food. We would drive by General Mills, smell whatever's being made, just like a quick drive by. And then you got to go see the falls. It's like one of the 7 wonders or something, So you got to get all that scenery in. Maybe walk to Canada.
All right. Awesome. All right. I'm going to bring back Mr. Eric Arnett here as he is now hopefully being able to come back. There he is, Mr. Eric Arnett. He is back for this round. I love it. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back to the Zoom room. Eric, what would you plan for the day if someone has never been to Buffalo?
I really think there's just one answer for this. It does need to be happening during normal business hours. It's the top of City Hall. If you go there between 8 and 5, you got one of the best 360 views of our city. It's not one of the best. It actually is the best. It's one of the highest views. And, you get to experience the architecture of the interior of City Hall. You get to ride that old elevator up. It has like marble floors on it. Take a couple of flights up and you got a panoramic view. You can see the falls from there. You can see all the neighborhoods around and all the other architecture in the city.
I love it. Great. Now, are there any rebuttals here? Any rebuttals against anyone's argument? What are we thinking here? Curtis, I see you, you're pondering here. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I do just have to point out that Sam, your day sounds fantastic, but it starts with Loganberry and then just travels further and further away from Buffalo by going to Niagara Falls and then Canada. So I don't know how much of a day trip in Buffalo that is.
What I'm gonna show them in Buffalo is Canada.
Ooh, coming at you strong.
Thanks for Buffalo, though.
Hey, you can
Strong,
see
Sam.
Canada on the 190 on your way to City Hall. So there's that.
That's fair. Any other thoughts that will conclude this round here?
I mean, I'm all for going to Sabres games, but they're pretty bad. I don't know if I'd want to take anyone to those games, let alone spend money to go to one.
That's
Pay
fair.
free tickets.
That's fair.
Not all the time, but at times.
All right, everybody. Well, I think this wrapped up this argument here. So many good arguments that I really, really liked. I have to go with, if I were to actually pick which one I really like the best, I'm probably going to have to go with Mr. Curtis Woodward. I really like how you argued this. You said you're going to start off at the falls, man. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world. How can you not start off there, right? That is part of what Buffalo has to offer, man. It's just a trip away from Niagara Falls. So I love that. The Bilo Pizza.
Greater Buffalo area.
I like that. Picasso's or Bocce, great options. Canal Side. Think about the rebuilding of Canal Side. Like, how can you not show somebody Canal Side, right? And then 716, it's one of the great sports restaurants too. And then
He just listed like everything that Buffalo has to offer. He was gonna get a ringer in there at one
It's a
point.
day.
I really, really like what you said. Eric, I think I'm going to give you second place here. I'm going to give you the 7 points. What you said was very unique. Top of City Hall, you get a very good view of the whole entire city. You can see the water, you can see the city, you can see probably different suburbs as well from that area. I really like that. That was really, really unique. And I like how you argued for that. So I'm going to give you the second place slot. I'm going to give Miss Sam Reynolds, I'm going to give you the third place slot here. Coming in third, I'm going to give you the 5 points here. And simply the reason why, here's why I'm giving you the third and not last. I would have given you last for the Canada comment. I don't know if I fully agree with that, literally leaving Buffalo to go to Canada. I don't know if I can agree with that. So, but in either case, I'm going to give you the third one simply because you mentioned General Mills. Brilliant. That is so brilliant. The smell of Buffalo, the Cheerios. I mean, come on. That is what Buffalo has to offer. And Jeremy, unfortunately, I am so sorry. You did not say anything about the natural wonders of the world. You did not say anything necessarily unique in the sense of you just said chicken wings and hot dogs and ice cream, which are good. But I mean, I could just make some of that stuff at home. So I don't know if that's going to be it. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Make a good hot dog at home.
I could just get Salem's hot dogs. That's all I can do, right? So I want to show people Buffalo. And I think some of the other people argued it a little bit better. So I'm so sorry, Jeremy, but you are going to be banned for this final round. All right, we're going to head into this last round, segment 4. And here we go, everybody. The last segment, we have the best Buffalo sports moment in Buffalo sports history. The best Buffalo sports moment in Buffalo sports history. All right, so why don't we start off with Mr. Curtis Woodward? What do you think?
All right, well, I'm not your typical sports guy, so I don't have too many options to choose from, but I think I have to go with January 3rd, 1993, Frank Reich, 41-38 overtime victory over the Houston Oilers for the AFC wild card playoff game.
All right, I love it.
Greatest comeback of all time.
Mr. Eric, what do you think?
So I'm going to have to take the time machine back to the year 1960 when the Buffalo Bills originated. Yes, they've never won a Super Bowl, but they have been the one side of an abusive relationship for all those years, and we're still sticking with them. And so the Buffalo Bills have given us hope. They've broken our hearts. But that day when the Buffalo Bills was founded is probably the best Buffalo moment in sports.
Not bad, not bad. Sam Reynolds, what do you think?
So I gotta go with not only the best moment in Buffalo sports, but also the best moment for everyone who was alive, who's watching at this time, which is when the playoff drought was ended and the Bills went to the playoffs. They might not have won, but that was a monumental moment, and it was amazing. Bills fans were wild.
That's fair. They were. And I think many Bills fans could actually place themselves where they were at for that moment. So that's awesome. All right, Mr. Jeremy Laux, I'm going to bring you back here to the Zoom room. Welcome back, my friend. Hopefully you're coming back in. There he is, Mr. Jeremy Laux. Hopefully you're coming in here. All right. What's your argument just in terms of the best Buffalo sports moment in Buffalo sports history?
Yeah, I'm going to also have to say the 17-year playoff drought ending for the Bills, not just because it was a great sports moment, it was a great Buffalo moment. The time of the year was New Year's Eve, and just seeing all of the excitement. One thing Sam forgot to mention, though, was the response that Buffalo had by donating thousands and thousands of dollars, maybe even $1 million. I can't remember, to Andy Dalton's foundation for helping us finally make it back to the playoffs. It was a great moment for the Bills, great moments for Buffalo. Just great moment all around. What a I will cherish it for the rest of my life.
Yes, so good, so good. Any rebuttals to what anyone has said here for this round?
Yeah, I think I would have to say Eric's point is basically the Bills were created and then it only went downhill from there. And then in regards to the playoff drought, It's recent, so I think there's still a little bit of a buzz and we can remember that, and that's great. But I mean, we're how many years out from that 1993 comeback? And I just wonder, in that many years removed from that playoff drought, are we just going to have that same kind of fondness of memory?
I would like to push back. Yes, 1993 was a great comeback, but that was also right in the middle of us not winning 4 straight Super Bowls. I don't know if I can be that excited for the greatest comeback ever to also not win a Super Bowl 4 straight years in a row.
That's good. Well, I definitely have some people here, even Sydney Kelly. She's agreeing with the fact that when the Bills ended the playoff drought, the best Buffalo sports moment in history. So, you know what? In terms of these arguments, I really do enjoy some of what was said, but I am going to have to go with that argument. I do agree that that was so incredible, so miraculous. But I am going to give the first place to this one to Mr. Jeremy, because although he had the same thing, he did mention the Andy Dalton Foundation, and that was part of what made that moment so incredible, was the thousands of dollars that Buffalo sports fans donated to Andy Dalton's foundation. So I have to give you the full 10 points for that round. Well argued. And then obviously, Sam, I'm going to have to give you the 7 points here for second place here. Obviously, it was the same moment, but really well argued for. Curtis, I do have to give you the moment, man. The comeback game, so good. Really well done. I am going to have to give you the 5 points in third place here. Really well argued for. And unfortunately, Eric, I agree with you in the sense that, yes, they were, that was an incredible moment. But unfortunately, there was not much to celebrate for a little while. So, I mean, when the Bills were originated, yeah, that's great. But it's not like they were winning. It's not like I get excited when there's like a random sports team that just pops up or whatever, So I am unfortunately going to have to give you the last slot there. Although a good argument, I just think the other ones were just a little bit better. So in either case, that will conclude our Zoom room arguments here, which is really exciting. And I have it boiled down to, in terms of where we're at, in terms of who is the winner on the Zoom room. And what do we think? Who do we think is the winner here? I'm going to tally these up. I have Miss Sam Reynolds coming in 32 points here for Miss Sam Reynolds. So congratulations, a solid 32 points. I have a solid 24 points for Mr. Curtis Woodward. I have 21 points for Mr. Eric Arneth. And I have 29 points for Mr. Jeremy Laux. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have your winner of episode 1 of the Zoom Room. Here it is. Get ready. 32 points, everybody, for Miss Sam Reynolds. Yes, give it up. Everybody else, you are going to be exited out of here. And I am just going to leave the floor to Miss Sam Reynolds, coming in at 32 points. And I want you to give your final and concluding arguments for everybody on why you are the champion here of episode 1 of the Zoom Room.
Edwin, thank you for putting this on. And I would just like to thank my family for bringing me to Buffalo so I could answer these questions for the win. And, for God placing me in Buffalo and my family just so that I could bring home this win today. Very proud.
Yes. We have a number of people congratulating you as well. And hey, I mean, when you come to visit Sam, if you're from out of town, you're going to get some Loganberry. You're going to, really smell General Mills Cheerios, all that stuff in Buffalo. You're going to go to Niagara Falls, and maybe you'll take a trip to Canada. I'm not sure. You're also going to get her dad's famous chicken wings, which is awesome. You're going to celebrate the moment when Andy Dalton, when the Buffalo Bills were able to make the playoffs and donated to the Andy Dalton Foundation, which is awesome. And then, even in terms of your favorite pizza, you're also going to stop by Imperial, which is great too, right? So, hey, I think you argued very well here. Congratulations, Sam Reynolds. You are the winner of the Zoom Room episode 1. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that you will tune in next time to the Zoom Room episode 2. But to everyone involved here, Sam, Eric, Jeremy, Curtis, my name is Edwin Perez, the Moby Crosspoint coordinator. Until next time, We will see you. Have a good night, everybody.